Hey peeps, thanks for peeping. I thought today I would show off what I'm now calling the 3x3 generator. If you'll notice on the screen and on Owlbear, I've got it divided up into like 3x3 segments, which I guess most people would make each square 5x5, so it's like a 15x15. That's a little small, a little closed in. But as far as the method is concerned, it probably works the best. So let me bring up the loop, the main loop of the generating each little segment. So you're moving segment by segment, and you'll roll. Well, I'll start out by creating three segments at the bottom. I'll let you look at that again. See, it's like the entrance, like well, Amber. That's Amber there. She's coming into this whatever. You could be a cave. It could be a dungeon of some sort. But you see, I'm using the Gauntlet block. I don't know why. Ever since I played Gauntlet back in the 80s, I always loved the design of that little block that they use, and so I've always used it here and there. But anyway, our loop, you start out with making a segment for your entrance, so it kind of gives you a base, and then when you're going to go into a new segment, you roll 96, and then you all you have to do is tally how many obstacle pieces you have. And in this case, a 5 and a 6 in that roll will make obstacle pieces. And once you know that, you that's how many you can put into the new space. And what that does is it allows you to kind of intelligently design it, but it limits you so you can't just make it the way you want. So it's this little balancing act between the two. And I've wrestled with this method for years trying to get it perfectly working. And anyway, add to that so that you can figure out your monsters and items and traps. Any ones that you roll, even though that's an open space, you pull them to the side. And then once you've placed your pieces, you re-roll all those ones. And if there are two, then that's a monster. So you got to place a monster out somewhere in open a new segment. If you get a one, that's a trap. So you have to put a trap out in that segment. If it's six, though, it could be an item. It could be something cool that you found in that area. So you place all those out, and then you use whatever system you're using, whatever resolution system you're using, and then you decide where you want to go from there, and you pick that segment and you re-roll again and redesign. But the if you're doing one segment at a time, but if you didn't mind rolling each segment, you might could roll each segment that was on either side of you. But as for this demonstration of, I'm just going to do one segment at a time. Also, I always like to do kind of like how old video games used to move. As you're moving, just roll the new area, almost like you're scrolling in an old Nintendo game or something. You're just rolling for whatever the next segment, next few blocks are giving you. But we'll just do it the simple for now, just to let you see it. So let's take a look at Lambert here. So let's say we're going north. We always go north, right? So anyway, she can go north. So I've already got 9 dice out here. So let's re-roll them. And you see we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 obstacle pieces. No, we had 4 dice that were excuse me, we had 4 dice that were 5 or 6. So that's 4 obstacle dice. But we also had two ones. So we'll re-roll them here in a second once we played everything out to figure out what kind of things are in this area. Is it a monster, a trap, or an item? So let me throw these out. So we had what, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. So we had 4 dice. Excuse me, 4 obstacle pieces. So I'm gonna place them out. So see, in doing this, it's like you're able to design it. So I would say maybe this top part is a wall, and Amber can't go no further than that. So we're gonna build that wall, and maybe there. Yeah, we'll leave them there. So I'm gonna go ahead and lock these guys down, or they'll move by accident when I touch them. I'm glad somebody thought of that at Owlbear. Okay, anyway, so she's moving into that square. And we're going to put her down here so it lines up nice. So now from here, by doing this, she can either go back south, which would be boring, or she can go west, or she can go east. But we had two ones. That one was a 5, so that's nothing. And that was a 3, so that was nothing. Let me go back and show you the chart one more time. And as you see, then it was 3 and what was it, 4? They're not on there. But if it had been a 2, we could throw the monster out. If it had been a 1, we could put a trap out. If it had been a 6, then we could put an item out. It could have been anything from there. So anyway, let's go back. We'll do a couple more rooms just to see how it works for us. So let's say Amber goes to the west. Let's go west. So we're going to roll all 9 dice again. This time we only had 2 obstacle pieces. So we'll go ahead and throw them out. And I'll place them out. Be careful. Anyway, I think I want to put them down here. That way I got some space. We had 1-1. So let's go ahead and see what that gets us. Nope, once again, nothing. Alright, so she moves into this area. And I'm going to move her over here. So centers her up, hopefully, for y'all. Now, I could go south. I could go north. In this case, let's go south. Because I wanted to demonstrate something here. So if we go south, see, I've already made this entrance on how it looks. Right? So we really only need 6 to roll for 6, because we already know these 3 at the bottom because I've already designed it. So let's clear that out. So we'll just get 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to roll it. And there's only 1. So, and there was no number 1s. So there's 6 down here. So that's 1 obstacle piece. So I'm going to drop that in. And I think I'm going to put it right there. So we'll lock that down. I forgot to do that a while ago. Trust me. And if you're ever messing around with Owlbear, you're going to want to lock stuff down. Because it takes just one little mouse stroke to move all kinds of stuff out of the way. So now Amber's down here, right? And maybe we continue on to the west. So now we would go back to 9 dice. 9, there you go. So, oh wow, look at all the 1s. Ooh. We only had 1 dice. Here's another thing I want to talk about. So we only had 1 obstacle dice. We did have 5 there, right? But I want the bottom of the dungeon, or whatever this is, to not go beyond this boundary. So we're going to go ahead and have 3 there. This is that part of you become the AI. And we'll go ahead and add 1 more because that was what come up in the roll. So we'll go ahead and put that down there. And that's where you're thinking, I don't want to run off the bottom because, I mean, the map, you don't want to go back out. If there was an entrance there, you'd come in there, you know. But I'm going to put this guy here. Oh, and let's lock them. Let's learn from our mistakes. So she moves into this square, and let's line her up so you can get her center. Now, we had those 4 1s, right? Ooh, so hopefully we got an opportunity. Let's clear this out. We'll just make 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, so we got 2s. We got 2 2s. That's a monster. And we got a 6. So then let's put a treasure here. Let's put a monster. I decided to use oh wow, you went giant size on me. Put old lard in here. We had 2 monsters, so maybe they're hanging out. Maybe they're guarding their treasure. And this darn goblin girl's coming in here, and they're going to put a stop to that. But anyway, as you can see, this pretty much generates a dungeon. I mean, it's small and claustrophobic. That's my only problem with it. And I could expand it, but that's a lot of dice. Really a lot of dice. Or a 3x3 is kind of manageable. But as you see, you move along, and you would use your whatever system you use, resolution system you're using to fight that. And yes, this is a basic dungeon crawler, but that's the whole point of it, to generate these things and to create a loot that you can keep using and make it, gamify it. But anyway, I'm going to put this on RPG Trader. I'm going to I'll put the design, I'll put the PDF that explains it. I'll put the information. I'll put the little pictures too. I have a trap one too. I'm gonna throw it down there. Let you look at it. I have a stupid little trap one. Put it right in front of Amber. But I have those. I'll add them to it as well. But anyway, if you want to try it out, check it out. Tell me what you think of it. But anyway, I appreciate you, and have a great day.